Next hadith, which is hadith number 4, hadith in Bukhari and Muslim and Sunan Ibn Majah and Sunan Ibn Abi Dawud and Sunan al-Nasa'i, na'am, where the Messenger ﷺ said, Kabbir, kabbir. Put forward the elders first. And it's not of us who doesn't show mercy to the young and shows respect to the elders. What's the reason for this hadith? The hadith is that Abdullah ibn Sahl wa Mahisa ibn Mas'ud ibn Zayd, they went towards Khaybar. That was for some sulh, for some getting together to show a sulh, coming together after maybe enmity, or coming together just to show some sulh between two parties. So when they reached Khaybar, they split up. Each one went in their direction thereafter. And Abdullah ibn Sahl was killed. He was killed. So there were still some signs where there was some enmity. But it was they wanted to go for sulh. They wanted to go to rectify and reconcile. But Abdullah ibn Sahl, when he was on his own, he was killed. And Mahisa came to him, came to the Messenger ﷺ, to mention to the, it wasn't just Mahisa, and his brother Huwaisa went with Abdurrahman ibn Sahl, who is the brother of the one who was killed. The one who was killed is Abdullah ibn Sahl. His brother Abdurrahman ibn Sahl was young. But when he went with Mahisa and Huwaisa, instead of those latter two who were older speaking, Abdurrahman, of course, his brother got killed. So he wants to tell the Messenger ﷺ what happened. You see, Abdurrahman wants to tell the Messenger ﷺ what happened to his brother. But he's the youngest of the three. And Mahisa and Huwaisa were older than him. So the Messenger ﷺ said, Kabbir, kabbir. So it's not you that should be speaking. Okay, it's your brother. He got killed. Even to that extent. Even if your own brother is killed, respect your elders. فَتَكَلَّمَا Huwaisa, who was older than Mahisa. You see, even amongst those two brothers, the eldest spoke. وَكَانَ أَكْبَرُهُمْ. Now, then Mahisa and then Abdurrahman spoke. So that is the manners that you have even in this dire situation. So this hadith shows us the adab, the manners of how to be with your elders, respecting your elders, having and honoring them, and not to وعدم تجاهله. What does it mean عدم تجاهل? As if he doesn't exist. You know, some people, elders standing and you got seats and he's not going to get up. It's as if the elder is not even there. Or you're in your own home and your father is standing, he comes into the room, you shouldn't be sitting in his chair. Everybody knows where the daddy chair is. It's true. Everybody knows there's a big armchair that belongs to the father. You shouldn't be there. And even to some extent, some of the scholars say you shouldn't even stretch out your legs in front of your parents. I remember the one time we were in a dars, Shaykh Abdullah Bukhari, and one person said, "Ya Shaykh, what's the daleel, what's the proof that you shouldn't outstretch your legs towards the teacher who's teaching? Or towards the front, where you're just like this and spread legs like that, and it's rude. It's rude, ya akhi. And you're probably reclining upon, why is this? This talib ilm? Talib ilm, ya akhi, you should be attentive, not reclining on the wall. Unless you got a bad back, I don't want to upset the brothers, inshallah. But Sahaba radiallahu anhum, they used to, even the Messenger ﷺ would call the Sahaba to come closer. And they used to sit so close together that if you were to put a cloth over them, it would cover all of them. And even in the narration of Umar radiallahu anhu, when he saw Sahaba scattered in the masjid, and he brought them all together to pray Tarawih together, and Ubay ibn Ka'b radiallahu anhu, all together. You see? Jama'ah is rahmah, wal furqa adab. Even in the way you are, in your salah, be together. Close the gaps. Don't let shaitan enter between you. Shaykh Rabi said to me one time, he pulled my leg and he said to me, twisted it so that he can get my ankle to his ankle, and he said, this is more khushu'. Why? Because when you hold on to the sunnah, you have more khushu'. You establish the sunnah. And you don't leave, لا تجعلوا فرجة للشيطان. You don't leave gap for shaitan to enter. So, when an elder comes in as well, from the signs of the Yawm al-Qiyamah, is that the elders are disrespected. And the young ones are the ones that are put forward. And the hadith is in Bukhari. إذا وسد الأمر إلى غير أهله فانتظر الساعة. When the pillow or the armrest is given to other than its people, then wait for the hour to come. What do you mean by is a pillow or the armrest? You know, when you want to sit down, elders usually have bad back. You give them the pillow, isn't it? Or the armrest or the backrest. You don't give it to a young baby face person coming into the room. You give it to the elder. You give it to the scholar. You give it to the... So if the affairs is not referred back to the ulama, likewise, wait for the hours, from the signs of the hour, where knowledge will be sought from the young ones and from the ignorant ones and the people of desires. So you can't ignore the ulama, you can't ignore the elders in the community. There's barakah in the age that they have. Al-barakah ma'akabirikum. The blessing is with your elders. So, respecting your elders is something which is important. Kabbir. Na'am. And in another wording, al-kubra, meaning put forward the elder. And the Messenger ﷺ, in many cases, he put forward the elders. From that is the statement, or it was asked to Abdullah ibn Mubarak radiallahu anhu. In the presence, he was asked in the presence of Sufyan ibn Uyayna. And you know what he said? Abdullah ibn Mubarak said, Inna nuhina an natakallam 'inda akabirina. We have been forbidden from speaking in front of our elders. And that is Sir A'lam al-Nubala. He didn't want to speak. Nowadays in a gathering, the alim is sitting and the man speaking so much. And I remember the narrations also from Sufyan al-Thawri rahimahullah, when he saw a young kid, young boy or young youth speaking in the presence of kibar ulama, Ahl al-Hadith. And Sufyan al-Thawri from the best of Ahl al-Hadith, Amir al-Mu'minin fil Hadith, and this young boy, young youth was speaking. He told him to get out. Get out. We have been forbidden from being like this. This is from bad manners. What are you speaking? Man ant. When you're in the presence of your kibar, you don't speak. Look, Abdullah ibn Umar radiallahu anhuma, he knew the answer. Which tree is like the date palm? Which tree is like the believer? He knew it was the date palm tree. But in his presence is his father, Umar ibn Khattab radiallahu anhu. In his presence is Abu Bakr as-Siddiq radiallahu anhu. And Prophet was there, he asked the question. Abdullah ibn Umar didn't answer. He knew the answer. Even though there was a pause. And he knew it, but he never spoke. Adab, ya Abdullah. Manners, etiquette. Abdullah ibn Mas'ud, Abu Abdurrahman, great scholar, great sahabi. Elders. From the 6 men. The 6th man to become Muslim. Abdullah ibn Mas'ud. From the Muhajirin, from Mecca to Medina. And then you have Abu Musa al-Ash'ari, he was an elder, but he came from Yemen later, and he said, when I saw Abdullah ibn Mas'ud, I thought he was from the family of Rasulullah, because he's always with Rasulullah in Medina. When he goes somewhere, he's with him. When he comes into the house, he's with him. Every time he's with the Messenger. And you know the narration, Sunan al-Darimi, when Abu Musa al-Ash'ari radiallahu anhu, he saw the people doing bid'ah in the masjid, he didn't say anything. He knew there was an elder in town. He knew there was an elder, a great sahabi, from the muhajirin, from the sabiqeen, والسابقون الأولون من المهاجرين والأنصار الذين تبعهم بإحسان رضي الله عنهم ورضوا عنه. From the sabiqun, he said, and he waited at his door until he come out. He said, I saw something strange in the masjid. What did you do? I did nothing. I waited for you. Allahu Akbar. This Sahaba, great, even elders, they're respecting those who preceded them. Allahu Akbar. And this is actually misunderstood. Some people think, you're saying respect the elders, that means they're ulama. Doesn't mean that. Respect the elders, ya akhi. Respect your elders, your father, your mother, barakallahu fikum, your uncles, your aunts, even amongst the awam, let alone those who preceded you in knowledge. It doesn't mean they're ulama, those who have some knowledge of, they benefited and sat at the feet of the ulama. It doesn't mean that they have. But respect, ya akhi. Nasallahu salama. So there's a big misunderstanding that people want fitna, you see. Some people, they want fitna, they give you wrong understanding. And they say, elders, that means they want you to follow them, that they're the ulama. It doesn't mean that. Allah yahdik. None of the brothers we here say that. And none of the brothers want that for themselves anyway. And we say elders, we mean ulama. And even amongst the ulama, there are levels. You have the three great ulama, Shaykh Ibn Baz, rahimahullah, Shaykh Ibn Taymiyyah, rahimahullah, Shaykh Al-Albani, rahimahullah, the great scholars. And then after them, those who in their time were called imams. The likes of Shaykh Salih Fawzan, Shaykh Rabi bin Hadi, Shaykh Abdul Musa Abbad. These are great scholars who've spent time in, day out, teaching the books of the Sunnah, and teaching the Quran, and they're elders. And then them to come after them. Even amongst the prophets and messengers, there are levels. The best of them is Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam. The best five are the ulul azm, the prophets of firm resolve. Even amongst that, tilka rusul faddalna ba'dhum ala ba'd. That's the dalil. Such are the messengers, we raise some above others. Tilka rusul faddalna ba'dhum ala ba'd. And at the same time, لا نفرق بين أحد من رسله, in terms of they call. As Shaykh Abdulilah bin Baz rahimahullah said, there's no contradiction between this one and that one. لا نفرق بين أحد من رسله يعني في دعوتهم كلهم دعوا إلى التوحيد. تلك الرسل فضلنا بعضهم على بعض. نعم أولو العزم, they're the best of the prophets and messengers. And you have levels amongst the Sahaba, لا شك ولا ريب. And you have the best of them, Abu Bakr as-Siddiq, followed by the rest of the four Khulafa al-Rashidin al-Mahdiyin. And you have levels amongst the scholars, the levels as well amongst the students, the levels amongst, and so on and so forth. Now, and even the Messenger ﷺ, he said, I had a dream. And in the dream, I was given a siwak, tooth stick. Now, and he was actually using the tooth stick. So two men, they pulled me, or they got my attention. One is akbar than the other. One is elder than the other. So I gave the siwak to the younger one. So it was said to me, kabbir. So I gave it to the elder one. The hadith is in Bukhari and Muslim. That is again showing, we put forward the elder. وَمَنْ لَمْ يَرْحَمْ صَغِيرَنَا وَيَعْرِفْ حَقَّ كَبِيرَنَا فَلَيْسَ مِنَّا. Whoever doesn't show mercy to the young, to our young, and he doesn't know the right of the elder, then he is not from us. The hadith, which is Hasan and Sahih, in Muslim Imam Ahmad, in Sunan al-Tirmidhi, Sunan Abi Dawud, and other than that, لَيْسَ مِنْ أُمَّةِ مَنْ لَمْ يَجْعَلْ كَبِيرَنَا. يعني لم يعطيه كبيرنا حقه. He doesn't give him his rights. And إِنَّ مِنْ إِجْلَالِ اللَّهِ إِكْرَامِ ذِي الشَّيْبَةِ الْمُسْلِمِ. From the honor of Allah, upon a person is what? That you respect the white hairs of a Muslim. You see one uncle with white hair, Allah will honor you, Ya Abdullah, if you respect that honor. If you respect the white hair of that individual, of that person. وحامل القرآن, and one who has the Quran is to be respected. غير غالي فيه ولا جافي, one who is not extreme with regards to the Quran, nor is he deficient with regards to the Quran in doing things that are incorrect. وإكرام ذي سلطان المقسط, and also honoring the leader who is just. This is hadith which is in Sunan Abi Dawud. Hadithun Hasan, Isnadu Hasan. So respecting the elders from those around us in the community is from honoring Allah's deen. وَمَنْ يُعَظِّمْ شَعَائِرَ اللَّهِ فَإِنَّهَا مِنْ تَقْوَى الْقُلُوبِ. Whoever honors the legislation of Allah, then that is from the taqwa of the hearts. And we leave that there. Wallahu a'lam. Wa sallallahu alayhi wa sallam ala khayri khalqi Muhammad wa akhiru da'wan alhamdulillah bil alamin.